All right, court is calling 2024 CR 012590 and 2024 CR 012469, State versus Richard Baker. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Pat Montgomery for Mr. Richard Baker, Your Honor.
All right. And are you Mr. Baker? State in each cause number, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Case number 2024 CR 012469. State is proceeding on count 1 of the indictment and waiving count 2.
Any objection?
And with regards to the 2024 CR 012590, state will proceed with the indictment as is.
All right. And the cause number ending in 90, you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication in that cause number, if for any reason your community supervision were revoked, the court could sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
And the cause number ending in 69. You're charged with the offense of assault family household member with a previous conviction as a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you were granted the application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? And each of the cause numbers that you review the plea bargain page with your attorney, did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
And the cause number ending in 90, according to the plea bargain agreement, there's a cap of 6 years in the prison. The state is silent on your applications. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 012469. Did you understand after reading the state stipulation, if the court determines that there is an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, the court will find an affirmative finding of deadly weapon?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement in that case?
Yes, sir.
And the cause number ending in 69, according to your plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 1. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 6 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. The state opposes your application for deferred adjudication. They'll be silent on your application for community supervision. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 012590. The state will take in consideration 2024 CC 740803. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with Patrick Baker and Jerry Baker. Then to count 1 and cause number 2024 CR 012469, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? And in cause number 2024 CR 012590, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments. All right, in each cause number, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. We can go off the record. So counsel, are you requesting a full PSI? If you want a full PSI, then it'll probably be 6 to 8 weeks reset. Or if y'all would like, you can reset it for a shorter time, call witnesses, and I'll hear witnesses, and state will provide me criminal history.
I think in this instance, a full PSI might be called for. He's got PTSD from 2 trips, one in combat in Afghanistan, one in Iraq. There's some other issues. We're also, if the court eventually grants some kind of community supervision, we're probably going to ask that it be supervised through the Veterans Court, Veterans Treatment Court. So there's a lot going on. There's reason for a full PSI.
All right, so the court will order a PSI TAP evaluation. This is to be done in custody, the MIC evaluation in custody, and a referral to VTC, and that's just to see if they would even be willing to accept him. And it's
Indeed.
not saying that I will, if they accept you, I'm not saying that I'm going to grant your application. I don't know if I'm going to grant your application yet. I will make my decision based upon the evidence that's presented to me. You understand?
It's happening anyways. That.
Yes,
Okay,
and any other evidence that's presented to me.
thank you.
Mr. Baker knows that probation is not a short. He knows that.
All right. What date, Ms. Ferguson?
April 8th.
All right. We'll come back on April 8th. All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Jose Maciel, if you come forward. Hello. Hi, so why were you not here?
Well, actually, when I talked to my attorney about it, he said, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. I said, that's fine. And then as I was getting dressed to go to work at 2:30, he called me, goes, where you at? I said, I'm getting dressed, I'm going to work. He said, you're not in court? I said, no. He didn't tell me nothing about it.
No, see,
And-
you signed, does anybody have a copy of that reset form, please?
It's attached to the document.
All right. We signed the reset form and it says you're supposed to be here on February 18th.
Correct, yes. And the only
So
thing,
today is February 18th.
yes, and I apologize for that. And the only thing I saw was the 25th on it. That's on the 25th. That's the day I looked on it, on the right side, on the, it's February 25th. That's the thing I looked right away.
Yeah, that's February 11th,
I
2025.
I know, but that's the only thing I saw was just 25th. Because just like you said, 2 weeks, okay, I'll see you in 2 weeks, I'll be here in
Yeah.
2 weeks.
So let me just explain something to you. When these are filled out, people are just not killing trees just to be killing trees.
Yes, sir.
You need to make sure you see this date
Okay.
and that you appear. Otherwise, what ends up happening, a warrant is issued. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
can you call his bondsman and ask if he has any objection to the court reinstating the bond? All right, so we're gonna call your bondsman,
Okay.
or either, Norma, is this defense attorney available?
I can find the email.
No, I mean, somebody needs to call the bondsman and ask the bondsman if they have any objection to the court reinstating.
One second.
All right, so here's the thing, you need to have a seat in the box. Let's see if the bondsman is okay with me reinstating your bond, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Court is calling 2024 CR 06932 and 2024 CR 007342. State versus Marie Elena Morales. And does she need to have a seat?
I have a seat shirt right here.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Deputy Laura, you're always
Yeah, you're,
ready.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Jason, you're a Your Honor.
defense?
Gerald Cabina for defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Miss Morales?
I am, Your Honor.
State in the cause number ending in 3-2. Are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
And in the cause number ending in 4-2, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we're proceeding on count one, along with waiting count two.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand? In cause number ending in 3-2, you're charged with theft under $2,500 enhanced. And in the cause number ending in 4-2, you're charged with theft of property less than $2,500 with 2 or more previous convictions. Each of these are state jail felonies. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In each cause number, the state is requesting that your punishment be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There be a $2,000 fine. The causes were run concurrently. And in the cause number ending in 4-2, the state is proceeding on count 1 only. Did you understand that to be your plea? Oh, I'm sorry. And in each case, they're recommending community supervision. Did you understand that to be your plea in each of the causes? Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Bales, BEALLS, or Kavanagh store. Then to the offense as charged in cause number 2024 CR 006932. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I plead guilty.
And count 1 in cause number 2024 CR 007342. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. In each cause number, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor, I know that, my client is, she does have a background, Your Honor, as you've seen. However, there have been some changes to her life, Your Honor. She's had a brain tumor, I believe, and, because she had surgery on that, and because of that, she's lost some feeling in her legs, and, I believe that, Your Honor, she just wants to get her life back on track, and also, Your Honor, too, she, being with her physical problems, she, really doesn't want to go to jail. The last time she was in jail, she fell and she had problems because she can't have a walker with her. It's, obviously a security. So I've spoken with her about, the importance of complying with probation, and I believe she understands that she has to be very careful and do what's required of her. And additionally, Your Honor, should you grant her probation, I would ask you to please consider that she's not doing very well financially. Her husband does work sporadically, and she's applied for disability. It hasn't come in yet. It's pending, and she has some financial problems, Your Honor. Plus, just with the 200 hours community service, Your Honor, she's happy to do community service. However, she's somewhat limited physically due to the problem she has with her legs, Your Honor. And yes, and is there anything you would like to add, Marie?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor, when I was waiting for my surgery, for my brain tumor surgery, I was paralyzed and I have to learn to walk and everything again. I still have limited feeling in my left leg, so I have like standing limitations. Some days are worse than others, but I do, my guilt, and I know I was wrong, and
So let me ask you this, when did these medical issues occur? What year?
It was 2019, but I was in a car wreck after that, which made it worse.
All right, so 2019, you had these injuries, and then you were in a car wreck when?
I think it was 2.5 years after that. It was beginning of 2023.
All right,
2023.
so,
It's not, I realized what I did was wrong. There was not any validation for it other than the situation I was in. My mother was her caregiver. She passed away. She had pancreatic cancer, and we lost our house. My husband and I, we had no one to live, and that's why I was stealing to survive.
all right, so
It's not
you've
okay.
been stealing before as well, so
I have
all
not.
of these thefts are for you to survive.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am, not at all. These last two right here, that's was for me to survive. And I, last time. that I went
Okay,
to-
you didn't complete your sentence. You said these last two right
The
here.
last two were for me to survive. I'm sorry, I did. I'm not being loud enough or clear, but the last two were for survival, not for any other reason, but I now know that, I active in the church, I've changed my life. I'm not doing these things anymore, nor do I intend to do these things anymore. I realize
And if you're drug tested today, what are the results gonna be?
I'm negative. I'm not on drugs.
All right,
Here's
you're
a
gonna-
prescription
I was
medication, Your Honor.
prescription. I was just in the hospital 2 weeks ago. I was hospitalized for 9 days. Sorry, 8 days. I have cellulitis in the leg that I had the paralysis in. And you
But
can
see,
still see
this
my
is,
leg.
let me
It's
just,
full.
let me explain to you where I'm coming from.
Yes, ma'am.
You had this major incident in 2019,
Correct.
and that didn't stop you from stealing. It appears from what I'm looking at, and this is just your history, you steal. That's your occupation, you steal. You go into places and you steal. And there's none of this, I'm stealing to survive, because what you were stealing was not survival products. You're just stealing. That's your occupation. And now you're coming to me for sympathy because you have all of these issues. But if you look at your criminal history, you were stealing before 2019. And then now you say you're active with the church. And I always say, people come to the Lord whenever they come to the Lord, and you meet people where they are. But even after you had this epiphany, what should have been an epiphany for you, with all this that happened, you just continued to steal.
That was you're right, Your Honor. There's not an excuse. I don't have an excuse for any of it. It's not okay. I am remorseful for my actions, and I have to complete whatever the court grants me, and I understand I was wrong. I, I'm like asking the court to please to show me some mercy, and I woke up in this community service without a doubt successfully. I know that. I'm not, it's not my occupation any longer.
Who
I'm
lives in your
embarrassed and
home with you?
ashamed of my actions.
Who lives in the home with you?
I live with my husband, and we live with my cousin and her husband.
And how many children are in that home?
0. I have an adult child. She lives in Corpus Christi.
So you're saying there are no minors in your home?
No minors. My husband's children are all grown as well. So my daughter's 32 years old.
All right. Anything else?
Your Honor, like I said, I did speak with, well, Your Honor, I would ask that you, please grant us community supervision. And the thing is, Your Honor, I did suggest to my client, if she did want to plea bargain, she may want to just take jail time, but, she convinced me that, she can make the probation, and I think that'd be more beneficial for her, plus I think it would be detrimental with her health to do jail time. And I think she had a rough time when she was in jail last time on this charge, and I don't think she ever wants to be there again, Your Honor.
All right, and cause number 2024 CR 007342, the court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's a $2,000 fine that'll be probated, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, 200 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Cavender's store. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 006932. CATS 1 and 2 theft course, field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. Regular random UAs. And you'll need to provide a prescription of all the medications that you're taking to probation. Do you understand?
Sure. Thank you very much.
All right, and then cause number 2024 CR 006932. Court will find you guilty. Court will sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, 200 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Bell's store. Concurrent with 2024 CR 007342. CATS 1 and 2 theft course. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. And I'm sorry, and each cause number proof of employment or SSI within 60 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. All right, is there anything else you need from the court?
No, I'm very grateful, Your Honor. I won't look for down. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you. Stop stealing.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I appreciate.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Where is Matt? Matt. Humberto Nunez. Come down, please. All right, what is happening with the Mr. Nunez?
With Mr. Nunez, we're going to reappoint to the council.
Okay. All right, and then Ms. Ferguson, then, if you'll recall this case. And what I'll do, Mr. Nunez, to make sure that you are not somewhere with no case settings, I'm going to recall this back for February 24th, just so I can make sure that you meet your attorney, okay? Okay. All right, thank you. And then Jason Moore. All right, what is happening with this case?
Mr. Moore would like to continue with his appointed counsel.
All right, Norma, if you'll recall this for February 20th.
February 20th, yes.
Yes. All right, thank you. And then, Mr. Flores. Come down. All right, your attorney is not present. We can recall you for Thursday.
Okay,
All right, you're fine with that?
Thursday?
Yes.
Sure. I
All right, and
mean,
you're okay with keeping your attorney?
yeah, he's doing a good
Oh,
job.
he's hired?
He's hired judge.
All right, so we're
Yeah.
gonna bring you back on February
Yeah,
20th.
he's doing a good job.
All right, thanks.
He got other people in trouble because he just went with the ring.
No,
Yeah.
I did not.
All right, and what has happened with Messiel?
Maciel, the bond state, they'll stay on the bond.
All right, Mr. Messiel. And Norma, on this one, we're gonna recall it for Thursday. You need to be here Thursday at 9 a.m. Do you understand? All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Okay.
All right, Rakeem Ashmore. All right, so we were here last time and it had to be recalled.
Yes, Your Honor, we are going back and forth on offers we're conferring. I do believe we're close. It's just the state needs a little bit more time to consider the last offers that were made.
All right, so counsel, this can come back on the 3rd, March 3rd, 4th, or 6th.
Hey, Judge.
And this will be the final reset for a plea deadline date.
How about the 4th, Judge?
All right, we'll be back on March 4th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. And with that, who's here on Emmanuel Chavarria? All right, so on this case, we're here for a violation report, is that correct?
Yes, Judge. He had a PR bond on a PG 1 to 4 awaiting indictment.
Mhm.
And then he also had a less than 1 gram subsequent to that. He's on a PR bond for the first case and then the YSL bond company for the second case, to my knowledge.
All right, so state in regards to these cases that the court has for the violation report, it's for drug cases.
The offense
And the
date-
offense date is 2023. Have there been any labs?
And in the meantime, could I tell you a little bit more?
Sure.
Yeah, Mr. Chavarria is working, he's 19 years old, correct? 18. 18 years old, he's working at a car wash place, he gets $19 an hour. He paid for his bond, he got a PR bond for one, but he's been paying for his bonds, he's been checking in.
Okay.
He's made appearances in County Court 12, he's never missed a setting.
Okay.
And he's scheduled to be in County Court 12 next.
So why was he rearrested? Because the violation report I have, the only reason why you're here is because they said you were rearrested on the County Court 12 matter and then a drug case matter. And then,
May I do that?
sure, because it appears that your client is doing well, counsel.
Yes, Judge.
I will continue him with the same conditions. And then what we can do is we can recall this to see about the other cases, and maybe that may take care of everything. You understand? Okay, we can go on the record. All right. We're on the record in Night Mag number 743129. State versus Emmanuel Chavarria. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Joseph Stateson.
And you're Mr. Chavarria?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is in receipt of a first violation report and a second violation report. Based upon the violation report, it was filed due to your being rearrested on previous cases. And I'm assuming, since it says rearrested, he had made bond for those cases previously. Is that correct?
To my knowledge, he had made bond on all those misdemeanor cases as well.
All right.
He was already magistrated.
Okay.
A judge, my client's working, he's 18 years old, he can't afford to lose his job. He posted bond on his misdemeanors. And he has his mother here in the gallery who's relying on him to make house payments, utility payments. He does have one child who lives with him. He's not married, he has a girlfriend. One child is expensive and eats a lot. And he has expenses for child support, not child support. He doesn't owe child support. He's appeared in County Court 12 every time. He's never missed a setting. He checks in with pretrial. He's willing to report more frequently. He's asking if he could have his bond stay the same. And if not, have if we could have like a summons and have a like a pretrial setting to see about disposition within 30 days.
All right. And Mr. Chavarria, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. All right, on your bond for the driving while intoxicated in misdemeanor court, are you required to do any type of drug testing of anything of that nature?
Drug testing.
Your analysis. Does anybody test you to see if you're using alcohol?
My job, they do daily, like, monthly drug testing and stuff.
All right.
If they see that you're acting weird, that they'll drug test you.
All right, so you're receiving drug testing through your work?
But sometimes just not.
All right, so my question is, you have cases in misdemeanor court. Do you understand that? One of them is driving while intoxicated, and I don't want to get into any of the facts of that case or what people think the facts are, but are they giving you any type of drug testing for that case? Do you have to urinate and have people check your urine?
No, ma'am, I haven't got drug tested for that case.
All right,
They took blood though, so they took blood out of me.
okay, that's related to something else, to see if you had alcohol in your system while you were driving. Have you ever used any marijuana in the past or anything of that nature?
Like, when they had pulled me over, yes, ma'am.
Okay,
But not that day. I wasn't smoking or drinking that day.
okay,
I just had it in my possession.
okay. All right, so this is what the court is going to do. The court is not going to increase his bond. And I know judges are not supposed to tell why, but let me just tell everybody why I'm not increasing his bond. The drug cases have been pending since December 2023. The state only recently received the labs. And if either party wanted to, these cases could have been dismissed for further investigation under 32.01 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. So I'm not going to increase your bond, and state it. Of course, it's up to you whether you're indicted or not, but he's 18. He doesn't have any more money to afford any more bonds. What I can do is I can reset the night mag cases before you indict, if that's the route you choose. And defense, you and your client can appear. And if you all are able to reach agreement, then that's completely up to you all. If you're not able to reach an agreement, then we'll head towards jury trial.
I would like to have a chance to negotiate for resolution.
All right, so state, we can go off the record. State, are you in? I know he's going to ask for how much time?
Within 30 days.
All right, so he's going to ask for 30 days. Are you all going to indict that before 30 days or if?
No, I'll confirm that.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll recall this. Ms. Ferguson, if I could have a 30-day reset on Chavarria for the night mag cases. And they're going to ask for drug testing. I'm going to ask that the fees be waived based upon his finances.
March 20th.
All right, so we're going to come back on each of these cases on March 20th. And you work, is that enough time with your employer?
Yes, ma'am. I'll tell them if I can get that day off.
All right, if for some reason you're not allowed to have that day off, counsel, he can appear by Zoom.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Let's see that.